Hi everybody, Dan Illman here with some exciting news. DRF Formulator, the gold standard in past performance information, is now free exclusively on DRF Bets. Join DRF Bets with the promo code WINNING. Get a $250 first deposit match bonus, a $10 free bet, and free Formulator already uploaded to your account. Access Formulator's premium features, including sortable trainer stats, race replays, personalized trip notes, and lots more. Free Formulator exclusively on DRF Bets. Hi everybody, Dan Illman, Mike Beer. The feature race at Santa Anita on Saturday is the Irish O'Brien Stakes. We're going 6.5 furlongs down the hill on the beautiful turf course at the Great Race Place. 100,000 for Cal-bred fillies and mares. Let's take a look at this field. They're going to be a big favorite in here. And that's going to be the number 2, Becca Taylor. And why not? She's 6 for 6. She's won on dirt. She's won on turf. She's won on synthetic. And she's got figs.
Yeah, I mean, I guess all that's true, Dan. I mean, obviously people love to see undefeated horses. She's a stakes winner on dirt a couple of times. She has won on all 3 surfaces. I guess the only problem with taking a short price on her is just about everybody else that she's facing in this field has run a faster race than she has.
That is true. A 60 Beyer speed figure in her only start on turf, but that was only her second lifetime start way back in early 2021. Perhaps she's matured a bit from the Beyer speed figure standpoint. Let's look at the Timeform US pace projector. We're not expecting a lot of speed in this downhill turf sprint. Becca Taylor can be close. Maybe I will. She'll be making her turf debut. She has shown speed on synth. I wonder if she's going to be close to the pace. If I'm Becca Taylor, I'm aggressive.
Yeah, I think so too. I think Becca Taylor's best chance is just to try to go to the front here. Maybe the one will go. I didn't think maybe I will was, impossible in here, Dan. It is her turf debut. So we'll see if she handles the surface. But she does have good speed, wired a field, and I thought a pretty good performance in her first start for this trainer, Blaine Wright. Then she got wired herself in her most recent start by a horse who came back to win again with a 90 Beyer speed figure. I mean, there's enough turf pedigree here for me to think that she could handle the surface switch.
I think you make some excellent points about Maybe I Will, who's 20-1 on the morning line. And you mentioned the race 2 starts back. She showed good speed to clear off. It was her first race off of a long layoff. And then last time out, she just wasn't able to get that position. Timeform US believes that front running trip is available to her if she can translate that form on the grass. And maybe she could take this field a long way, if not all the way, at a big price. Becca Taylor just won the Spring Fever on dirt to make it 6 for 6. We're going to watch that race right now. And Becca Taylor just got up close to the pace. And this is kind of, her. She's got tactical speed. She doesn't necessarily need the lead. She likes to sit off a horse or two. But once she makes the lead, she just goes about her business and she gets it done. 79 Beyer speed figure on dirt. Prior race, 86 on synth. Again, the worry perhaps only a 60 on turf.
Yeah, that was only her second career start. So you can obviously project some improvement now. We're over a year away from that only turf start. So I'm assuming she'll run a faster race here, Dan. But she's 4 to 5 on the morning line. She was just that race we just watched. She was 1 to 5. This is a tougher field for her. For a horse who's going to be a short price and has to prove that she's as good on turf as she is certainly on dirt and synthetic. I mean, I don't know. Obviously, she can win, but I don't know how short a price I'd take on her.
I usually like horses cutting back, going 6.5 on the downhill. Pulpit Rider, the 3, is going to turn back off a couple of route races. But perhaps if this pace isn't fast, maybe she'll be too far behind. I thought she got a great ride from Flavien Prat when she won the Solana Beach at Del Mar, where she was outrun early. She just stayed in, split horses. Everything worked out beautifully. They got it done. Since then, her fortunes haven't been great, and that's been off of a layoff. But I think this is a good field for her.
Yeah, I don't disagree with that. I just wonder if she's as good sprinting, Dan, as she is going longer. I hear what you're saying about horses turning back and being successful down the hill. I don't really like any of her sprint races. And that includes a start in this race last year where she just didn't really do that much and split the field.
She's 12-1 on the line. Another turn back's the 4, Sassy Serve. She's 15-1. Maybe she's racing herself back into shape, third start of the form cycle. She's faced some tough open horses in her last couple of races, and now she's back in against Cal-bred company, but perhaps a similar situation as our prior runner. She hasn't sprinted since her first 2 starts. Those were 5/8 races on dirt. She didn't run very well. Was it the dirt? Was it the distance? So far, they've been really intent on keeping her going long.
Yeah, agreed. I mean, maybe the cutback will work for her, but it's taken them a long time to finally try it. And it's not like her form going longer is that great. I mean, if she just shows up here and runs, one of those races that she's been running over a mile, she's probably not winning.
Now, while Sensible Cat handles turf, while Sensible Cat handles this distance, the question is, will there be enough pace to adequately set up Sensible Cat? We watched her last start going down the hill, and we're going to see her on the outside. She's going to run by just about everybody.
Yeah, it's interesting that you bring up the pace of this race, Dan, because when I watch her two most recent starts returning from a pretty long layoff, both down the hill here, I didn't think either one of them had necessarily paces that were fast. And I just think that this horse ran really well both times. She was off of it, but she was never too far away from it. This win right here, I thought that was a pretty good performance, Dan. They're probably not going to go fast in front of her here. I'm not sure it matters.
She was graded stakes placed last year. It looks like she's racing herself back into shape. And as a lightly raced 4-year-old, you might even be able to expect another forward move. Eddie's New Dream is next. This is the number 6. We haven't seen her since late January in the Sunshine filly and mare turf sprint. Let's watch that effort going 6.5 furlongs. And she was 9-1 this day, and she ran into 2 sharp horses. I mean, Legs Galore is very, very sharp right now. I thought all in all, the trip was there for her, and she kind of just was third best.
Yeah, I looked at it the same way. I mean, the horses that run 1-2 in here are probably, better than the horses she's facing now. So maybe that's a positive for her, but I didn't necessarily see her excuse here. And it's not like, she ran some kind of great race to be third. She just barely held on to third there after a good trip.
Up next might be the more interesting of the cutbacks. That's the 7 She's Devoted, 8-1 on the morning line. Richard Baltus, Joe Bravo aboard. This horse ran a mile last time out, was up on the lead, battled it out throughout, ran very gamely, but her 2 wins have come sprinting. I just think 6.5 is going to hit her right between the eyes. Let's watch her last race, that mile race. It was a non-winners of one other then. This is a horse that is a closing sprinter. She's Devoted in this race, was aggressively handled, and boy, she is real game all the way down to the line.
Yeah, this is a really game performance, and it's a nice bounce back performance for her too. She's just going to miss at the end, but she ran well here. I, like you, I sort of prefer her as a closing sprinter, Dan. The race that the replay we watched prior to this one, the Eddie's New Dream replay, She's Devoted was also in that race. She did not fire at all. That was a poor performance. And it bothers me because it's also the only time she's run without Lasix, which she can't have here. So that worries me about her a little bit. That being said, I think all of her turf sprint starts are really good. And the race prior to that January start, last November, I thought she ran really, really well there, gaining ground too late in that spot. If she can run a good race, I think she contends here.
Top pick time for the Irish O'Brien, the feature at Santa Anita on Saturday. She's Devoted, Mike. I think you might get a price on her as well. Point well taken about the race being without Lasix. It was also her only start going down the hill. But again, I like these turnbacks, and it'll be interesting to see if that newfound route speed can allow her to get at least a little bit closer to what could be a slow pace here.
Yeah, I wonder if she can work out a different trip this time. That could certainly help too. I just wanted her on top 10 because I do think she has a chance to run a better race here, and she is going to be a price. So I put her on top over Sensible Cat, who I think is going to run a good race here.
Sensible Cat, I agree, is probably going to run a good race. She's 3-1 on the line. Becca Taylor, we're going to get the acid test. We're going to find out a lot more about her in this race. This is the toughest field she's ever going to face. I just really don't want to have a lot of money in against her. I'm not sure I'm going to be playing this one. 2-5-1-7 for me, 7-5-6-1 for Mike, and the Irish O'Brien, the Saturday feature at Santa. Best of luck.